Back to our coverage of tonight's tornadoes. This was the second time in less than 9 months that Arabi was hit by a tornado.
You really have to feel for some of the people in that area. They are still rebuilding from a tornado that happened earlier this year in March. Eleanor Tabone is live there tonight. Eleanor, is the damage pretty significant there?
Devin and Charisse, I'm going to show you the property behind me that incurred serious damage from the storm. Now, this, as you said, this is the second time a tornado in the last 8 months has hit Arabi. But as the storm hit, the neighbours in this small pocket all rallied together once the storm passed to help out one another. Here's what they had to say. Take a listen.
The whole roof is gone. A lot of it had came in, and the whole back of the house is missing. If they wouldn't have been in the bathrooms or in the closets, they would have been dead. Ronnie
Alonso works for St. Bernard Parish. She also lives across the road.
Myself and a neighbor went in and we had to kick in the door.
He knew his neighbours were inside, so sprang into action.
There was an elderly lady and her son on one side, and they were both in the closet. And, you know, they talk about the closet and getting in a closet or getting to a central part of your house. Well, they were in the closet, and it saved their lives.
He says at first he didn't hear any screams for help, so feared the worst.
When we got in, they were screaming. Actually, they were crying, but I believe they had gotten to a bathroom.
What it did, it got windows blowing out and damaging the sanctuary, and also our tents blowing down. And we were scheduled to do a food outreach on Saturday.
Pastor Collins from the Christian Fellowship on St. Bernard Highway says he just replaced the roof after Ida.
It's just a setback for us to come back.
The St. Bernard Parish Sheriff's Office says at 4:06 the first transformer blew.
We had two tornadoes strike the same areas. It's absolutely amazing to me.
A long night ahead for cleanup crews.
We're going to be at it tomorrow cleaning up. If you're going to see crews in the street, we will have a right of entry form for you to sign.
Devin and Charisse, just moments ago we saw some family and friends of the mother and young child that lived in one side of the double. I spoke to them briefly. They said that she's doing fine. They just came to pick up her handbag, so she has those personal belongings. Now, the St. Bernard Parish Sheriff reiterated what many sheriffs have said across the region, that if you do not live in this area of Arabi, do not come here. You do not need to sightsee. You do not need to take a drive and look at the damage. Stay home. There are many downed power lines in the area, and as you can see, it's very dark because there's simply no power out here. Now, Pastor Collins, who we saw in that story, he did mention that he was planning to have a food outreach program, meaning he was going to distribute food to those in his community. Now, he said he usually did that underneath the tents in his at his church, but he plans to make sure that everything's set up to hand out food this weekend. Reporting live in Arabi, Eleanor Tabone, Eyewitness News.